How to let go of past hurt or anger issues. Do you ever feel like you're stuck on a loop, replaying the same painful memories again and again? It's that knot of resentment in your stomach, that anger from the past that just won't let go. It's like carrying a heavy weight that kills your energy and stops you from enjoying your life right now. You might even feel like what happened to you defines who you are. But I want you to know that's not the end of your story. In this video, I'm going to share a practical 5-step technique to help you finally put down that weight and move forward. Because letting go isn't about excusing what happened, it's about freeing yourself. This technique is extremely effective at letting go of past hurts and anger because it combines elements of somatic release, hypnotherapy, and coaching. It allowed me to go from being stuck in toxic conflicts and anger outbursts to building lasting peace with both my co-parents and becoming a loving dad at home. It also allowed a client like Peter, who went from borderline suicidal after his divorce to thriving in less than 6 weeks. His interview is in the description. But before we get into the how, let's talk about why it's so damn hard to let go. Here's the science on the topic. When something deeply hurtful happens, your brain flags that memory as a major threat. It's not just a bad moment, it's a survival alert. The same part of your brain that registers physical pain lights up for emotional pain too. So when you get betrayed, rejected, or abandoned, your brain treats it like a wound that never fully healed. And every time you think about it, your body reacts to it as if it's happening again right now. Your heart rate spikes, your muscles tighten, and the cortisol, which is the main stress hormone, floods your system. You go back into the fight or flight response, just like when you had at the original event. And what's worse is when you're in that state, you're more easily triggered again. So anger feeds stress, and stress fuels more anger. And round and round and round it goes. Holding on becomes a kind of protection. It makes you feel strong for a minute. It's like armor. And pain, as weird as it sounds, becomes familiar. It's uncomfortable, sure, but it's known. And letting go feels like walking into the unknown, and your brain hates uncertainty more than it hates pain. But that's not the only reason why we hold on. We also hold on because we're waiting. We're waiting for closure, maybe for an apology, for justice, or an explanation that never comes. So instead of healing, we keep replaying the event, trying to make sense of it. And each replay retriggers that same chemical storm in your body. And here's why it's so bad for you. Because after one spike of anger, cortisol can take up to 5 hours to clear out. 5 hours. If you keep replaying it, your system never resets. So being stuck in that constant drip of stress, hormones has a cost, and it's huge. High cortisol over time burns you out, and it's proven with medical research. It messes with your sleep, with your memory, with your blood pressure, even your immune system. It leads to anxiety, to depression, to weight gain, and heart disease. Your brain literally starts to rewire itself to expect danger everywhere. And that's precisely why your reactions to even the most innocent things become exaggerated. So yeah, letting go is hard because your brain thinks holding on keeps you safe. But the truth is, what's meant to protect you is what's actually hurting you. Holding on doesn't protect you, it poisons you with stress. So, making the choice to let go isn't a sign of weakness. It's you reclaiming your power. It's a conscious decision to stop the past from controlling your present and your future. It's about giving yourself the peace that you deserve. That being said, let's get into how we actually do that. This technique is broken down into 5 actionable steps. You need to remember to be patient and kind to yourself through this. Healing isn't a straight line, and it takes time. Because you're undoing decades of damage you've done to yourself. And while the steps are powerful for anyone, if you're dealing with deep-seated trauma or PTSD, please consider reaching out for professional help. It's a journey no one should have to go through alone. First, you have to stop running away from the pain and instead turn towards it and get curious. We spend so much time telling ourselves we should be over it by now, but you can't heal what you don't let yourself feel. In other words, feel it to heal it. How do we actually do that? Well, first thing, you need to find a quiet space. Then you take a few deep breaths, just like this. It allows your body to relax. and allow the memory or feeling of hurt to come to mind. As it shows up, just notice the emotions instead of a vague, I'm angry or I don't feel good. Get specific. Is it rage? Is it irritation? Are you looking like to break things? Is your blood pumping? Are you getting hot? Agitated? Is your body tense? Or is there something hiding underneath the anger? Often, anger is just a bodyguard for more vulnerable feelings like hurt, fear, guilt, shame, or deep sadness. And it's okay to feel those feelings too. I can just take a few breaths and just allow those feelings to come to the surface without chasing them and without running away from them. The next step is you name them. Say it out loud or write it down. I feel betrayed. I feel humiliated. I feel abandoned. I feel alone. Whatever comes to you, don't judge what comes up. Just let it be there. It's been there for a while and you know it. So just allow yourself to look at it exactly as it is. And notice where you feel it in your body. Is your chest tight? Is your stomach in a knot? Is your jaw clenched? Are your shoulders ready for action? Are your hands like squeezing so that you can punch something or somebody? This simple act of awareness creates a little bit of space between you and the emotion, reminding you that you have feelings, but you're not your feelings. Now that you took the time to feel them and notice them, now is the time to bring in kindness. Not kindness to other people, kindness to yourself. Because holding all that hurt is exhausting. Imagine you have this internal vault, right? And when we run away from feelings or don't feel them, we deposit those feelings and emotions into that vault. Eventually, that vault becomes overflowing. So we need to apply more energy, more force to keep all of those there contained. It's draining your life force. That's why you feel tired most of the time. It's exhausting. And it's time to treat yourself like you would a friend who's suffering. Place a hand over your heart. Literally, just do it right now. It's a surprisingly grounding gesture. And say something kind to yourself like, this is really hard and it's okay that I'm struggling with this. Or, I'm worthy of peace. Or, I deserve to be loved. And just this gesture alone, just sit here with hands on your chest, on your heart, and just feel it. You'll see how much better you're going to feel instantaneously. And by the way, if you're struggling to identify and name the feelings, know that this is also okay. Because we all come to Earth with all of the feelings and none of the emotional regulation skills. And like with any skill, it's okay to struggle with that at the beginning. So don't be too hard on yourself. And to facilitate and expedite your journey, I created a comprehensive guide that allows you to let go of the hurt and anger. You can download by clicking the link in the description. Emotions are energy in motion. Motion. And when that energy gets trapped, it festers. Anger especially needs to get out. Releasing this energy isn't about aggression, it's about giving the feeling a safe exit route. And I mean safe, don't do it on a different person. You need to be in a contained, safe place to do this. So how do you do this? Well, you can do it in many different ways. For example, journaling. Yes, a simple, innocent thing can release a lot of anger. Write a letter, for example, to the person who hurt you and pour everything out, no filter. And if you need permission to pour all of the garbage on that person, I give it to you right here. You have my permission to do it. Then, and this is a great part, you can destroy the letter. Do not send it to them, regardless how satisfying it may feel in a moment. Tearing it up or safely burning it can be an incredibly powerful symbol of release. The letter is for you, not for them. Physical activity is another amazing way to move that energy. Go for a run, hit a punching bag, or just pump 20 push-ups or 20 jump squats on loud music. Screaming into the pillow while punching your bed is another great way to release some anger. The goal is to physically move the emotion energy out of your body so it's no longer stuck. Because what poisons you is when the emotion is stuck. You can also try visualizing the release. Close your eyes and imagine gathering all that pain and anger into a ball of energy like this. And you can imagine it just like gather everything, all of the pain, the hurt, the sadness, whatever there is in the moment, anger, rage, into like a ball of energy right here. And you can make this ball of any color, black, yellow, red, purple, whichever way you want, right? And then, as you gathered all of this, See yourself letting it go. Or maybe you can even grab it and physically just throw it away and watch it dissolve into the ocean. Or you see it as a balloon that you release into the sky. Or you just watch it completely disappear. Or even better, make a fire out of it and then just warm yourself up. Again, to release your emotion, put your energy in motion. Once you've allowed and released the intense energy, the next step is to bring your body back to a state of calm. This is about regulating your nervous system. A powerful tool for this is mindfulness. It yanks the brain out of the past and into the present moment. So we're gonna try it together. Just pause and notice your surroundings. What are the 5 things you can see? For example, for me, I see the camera I'm looking at, I see the light fixtures, I see the ceiling, I see the table, I see the floor, I see the window. I see all of that. Great. What are the 4 things you can feel? Again, pause this video and notice. For me, it's my clothing on my skin, my feet are on the ground, my arms are on the table right now, and I also feel the contraction of my belly as I speak. What are the 3 things you can hear? To me, it's the sound of my voice, the sound of the computer making a little bit of noise, and a little echo when I speak. This simple grounding exercise signals to your brain that the threat is over and you are safe right now. It brings you right here into the present. This is also the step where you start to extract the lesson. Ask yourself, how is the experience guiding me going forward? What did it teach me about my boundaries, my needs, or my strength? And not just the experience of emotional release, but the experience that you experienced to have this emotion in the first place. That person who offended you, or whatever happened in the past. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? And how can this make my life better going forward? And then you grab some paper and start writing. And if you want a full guide on how to do this properly, you can download it at the link in the description as I mentioned. Because this isn't about finding a silver lining in something awful. It's about shifting your identity from someone who was hurt to someone who is healing and moving forward. Period. It's about seeing that you are not a victim to your past or the circumstance. Rather, seeing the truth. You can learn from your experience and improve your life as a result. No matter what happened, it's an ultimate truth. You can learn from any experience and you can improve your life as a result. So, with a regulated system and a forward perspective, you can now consciously decide who you want to be. This step is about realigning with your higher self, the wisest, most authentic version of you that exists beyond the hurt. Ask yourself, what does it mean for my actions to align with this new identity? What do I need to do to be in congruence with the person I truly want to be? This means defining what your higher self values. Is it peace, honesty, courage, self-respect, family? Write those down. Then think about your daily choices. When faced with a decision, ask, what would that version of me who values peace do right now? This creates a clear guide for your behavior. No need to hire expensive coaching to do that. Ensuring your actions are no longer driven by past wounds, but by your future aspirations. This is how you start to embody the change you have worked for. The final step, and the most important step, is to make this new alignment real and lasting through consistent action. You must create new positive experiences to write a new chapter for your life, one that isn't defined by the pain of the old one. If your old story was about betrayal, well, your new actions might be about building trust with safe people. If your old story was about feeling powerless, well, your new actions will be about making choices that reinforce your strength. Commit to the new hobby. Reconnect with people who lift you up, or set a small fun goal that excites you. When you actively create these new reference points, you're sending a powerful message to your brain. That was the past, but this is my present. I'm building a life filled with new joys and new strengths. And each new action reinforces your new identity and makes it harder to slip back into old patterns. If this was helpful, please give this video a like and subscribe for more content on healing and growth. And I'd love to build a supportive community right here in the channel. So if you're comfortable, share one takeaway from this video to reinforce your healing in the comments below. Sharing your journey can really inspire someone else to remind you that you're not in this alone. So here's a quick recap. If you've been stuck in anger or hurt and want to let go, here are the 5 steps. 1. Relax into your feelings. 2. Release the emotion from your body. 3. Regulate your nervous system and find the lesson. 4. Realign with your higher self. And 5. Reinforce your healing through new action. Remember, this is a process. It's not a magic trick. Some days will be harder than others, and your old feelings will for sure pop up. And that's totally okay. The difference is that now you have the tools to handle them without getting stuck. Isn't that wonderful? Be patient with yourself. You're unlearning patterns that might have been with you for years and decades. Because you deserve to live a life that isn't weighed down by the past. You deserve peace. And remember, when dads rise, kids thrive. Take care.